Alright, we're back. It just occurred to me, are my subtitles on? Are my, God, it's vaguely stuffy in here. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, turn that on. Boop, boop. And then I'll slap this on. CC is on? Okay, hell yeah. God, this is... Oh, fuck. Yeah, hello. Hello to the, VOD audience. We just did a thing where we watched all the trailers for FF14. That came out in the past whenever. At the moment, I'm just setting up good. We're setting up the good shit. Okay, shit, good. It's on. It's on. Let me actually see something. I wanna... Okay, we can make it a bit smaller. Because, like, that's a lot of negative space on the art that just doesn't cover anything. It just covers, like, not the chat box. So, you know. And then we're gonna get the horse chestnut weapon coffer. Roxy, do you have some time to talk? Yeah. I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Just occurred to me it might not be voiced. Yeah, disable until they start talking. Let's take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telepheroi. The Telepheroi stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already these towers of theirs have been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem to be able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to our involved in Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yeah, well, these threats close to home are of paramount concern. We mustn't lose sight of the destruction of the situation in Garlemald. The dyslexia is kicking in again. I'm gonna apologize. As you know, the Telepheroi are under the leadership of Fandaniel and our one other delightful fellow, Xenos Ye Galvus, the crown prince of our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. But that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Aye. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telepheroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear that it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our new allies are overwhelmed. Well, before our allies. I thought I saw the word new in there, might be. And we'll find a way in Charlian, I am sure of it. Master Forchnow's comments regarding the final days were curious, to say the least. The forum knows more than is The Forum knows more than it is letting on. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from Mistress Kryle. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're heading to Limsa the Minsa and boarding the next ship bound for Shalian. And on arrival, present yourselves as the Associates of the Students of Baldesian, come to visit with the Order's restoration. The arrangements may have been settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I am eager to see it, of course. Of course. We should set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Fucking love Tataru. Tataru's such a good friend. Tataru, I love Tataru so goddamn much. She's a gremlin. She's a goblin. She is a goddamn cutie patootie. I will not hear otherwise. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on. We're in Limsa. Is that one player that's always here yet? No, but someone's standing in their place. Damn it. Actually, hey, I have Gildagat. I need the travel expenses. Did y'all know that it's a stupid amount of money if you actually start grinding the Shadowbringers dungeons and trusts? Because apparently it is. That shit can pay off an apartment in like one or two minions. And I already got my own. I only noticed because I got my own, but I'm grinding Gunbreaker back up in the background. Alright. Everyone's here. Which is good, because I've already paid for your passage, and the fee is non-refundable. The ship to Shalian should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Just takes so long to do trust dungeons. Oh, I've noticed. Tanking makes it a lot easier, though, I've noticed. Shit, I have to do a thing on Twitter. I can do that on my phone though.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule. So I'm told.
So says.
Excellent.
No.
It is nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one.
I mean, it sure is a boat.
And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
I'm just gonna say to y'all, like, just out of,
'Tis upon reflection that every twist
just
of time's river and fate's winds are brought.
if y'all are feeling like it, could y'all retweet this for me so that people actually know that we've got into the game? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. God, I really like Alisaie's outfit. But, like, not in a, oh, that's super appealing. But more in a, huh, I want that outfit. I doubt you'll do anything. That's fair. I'm just making sure, because, like, this stream is structured weird, and I want to know, I want to, like, really let people know that we're in the game now. One of those.
I merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the serves, especially in private company.
He's just like me. He hates being saluted. He's just like me. I hate titles. I hate being saluted. Just talk to me like a normal goddamn person. If I catch you calling me milady, I will mute you. I don't like titles.
Are you alright, Tatara? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Oh, it won't be. I'll bring it back safe and sound. I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
Don't worry about it.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Yeah, of course. How you doing, Hori?
Hori! Coltine! What brings you all this way?
I am so glad that's how his name is pronounced. Because Coltine is a name that I thought I've been misreading for a while. Also, look at all that 1.0 gear. Yeah, that's still 1.0 gear. He's still wearing what I used to wear.
We will too, of course. Aye, we, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Well, that's refreshing.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlian! It's time.
You good?
Then we must delay no longer.
Thancred?
We will contact
You
the moment
you
we
good?
learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
His "it is time" almost sounded menacing.
Have a safe journey, and please, be careful.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's not like I can die anyways, I'm too important. Don't worry about me. And by proxy, don't worry about us.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
Is that Finn Daniel? Is he our narrator this time?
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss.
It's not Finn
Every
Daniel.
beginning
It
has an
sounded
end.
like his voice actor, but I could be mistaken. I could absolutely.
Every step of your descent.
Well, don't say that. Now I know your game.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
I really like it when this game does, like, hey, here's a big ol', like, map. Here's us showing you, like, a big ol' map to show you where you're really going. Don't worry about it. I'm making moves in the background. My drunk little trans boy is making me a bunch of money. Reminder that my bum boy is canonically trans, because of course he is. I'm me. Past his judgment, the soul yearns for the hands of hereafter, to those who walk before. Fun fact, this cutscene is 1-to-1 the same choreography. Yeah! You're right. Absolutely.
Though we're hardly alone in that.
Which is,
Envious of those still sleeping.
personal opinion, that means it comes full circle for me. Because no matter how you splice it, I started in Limsa. It's a nice little callback. Absolutely.
Down to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view.
So God, I fucking love the echoey version of Answers. It's just, it's so ethereal. Best is judgment. The soul yearns for all. Just like, there's something about it that just hits just right. Hey Lucy, is that post doing what I think it is? Yeah, you. You should start talking right now. Don't worry about it. I'm worrying.
Reaches you. I am glad.
Ayo?
Here. Feel.
Swear to God, if you turn around and you have Minfilia's face, I'm going to strangle you. Okay, thank God.
Still we meet
You're
face
just
to
pretty.
face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Why now, Heidelin?
After your sojourn in the first, I believe
Oh,
you
that is such a
will
beautiful mask that she has hanging. It's the same as the...
what I truly am.
It's the same as the, mask that we've seen other people wearing. But, like, it's still very pretty. I like it being ornate. It's like when you see a jester mask, but then you go to Mardi Gras and you see, like, all the decked out ones that are just gorgeous.
And I was brought forth to bind
I wanted to buy one, but they were way too fragile for me to justify putting in a carry-on.
yet 7 times now. Those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered.
It is super weird to have a god, to basically have a god just talk to me.
Diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid.
Okay, hit me. What you got?
Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's trouble.
Absolutely. I'm this deep in, ain't I? There's no real safe word that can stop me from fulfilling my duties.
Wheels shudder and turn. which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it.
Well, yeah, but like, when donut.
When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable,
Again?
then shall I honor the promise made in another time,
What?
another age.
What? What did you promise?
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlians, just over yonder.
And out of your left window, the ocean.
I will not go
Sorry.
further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land.
A little bit, a little bit.
We shall meet again, and soon.
I already have questions, and I cannot wait. Because the most pressing one is, what the fuck do you mean?
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
Like, what do you mean promises you made ages ago in a time long past? Like,
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
God, this is already just like a fantastic start. But it's also another thing of like, I wonder who the fucking main characters are.
There she is. Good old Charlie.
Oh, I see it.
God, I love the guitar riff so much. It's perfect. It's just so special.
Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Hmm?
Indeed.
I mean, like, of course, but, you know,
Forget not the comrades.
it's like, I don't think that they forgot that we're basically all found family. Time for college? Oh no, not again. I already have my master's in forensics. I don't need anything else.
We are ever grateful for your steadfast
Well,
support.
and my minor's in business, but that's besides the point.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I don't want to go to college. I don't need more knowledge. I don't need it. You can't make me. But yeah, already this is promising to be good. Knowledge. Yeah. That's a title drop and a half. Okay. That's when you want to. Without the big ass ship though. I'm wondering what that big ass ship is. But I feel like I'm gonna learn. Friend asked you where you were traveling, and you said if you were going to Balmung, they'd have to spray you down when you get back. Let me guess, were they asking if you were going to Balmung or Mateus?
Academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands.
That is a gorgeous building.
Once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
They just said, where you going?
So averse to the
Yeah, Liz,
persecution
where are you
of
going?
these men of
I
wisdom
actually thought you were unsubbed.
would be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then?
Twitch
Entry
check last
applications?
minute. What?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Hasn't Charlie in orbit severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
We're student,
It is
or
true
we're
that
with
as a
Baldesion.
nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries.
You made the threshold for payout right when it would be payday? Oh, fuck
The
yeah.
island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not at that island's people are wholly
God,
devoted to the accumulation
I
of
also
property.
hit payout. It's mostly gone to Vidya and food.
Evidence of identity and intent. Then foreigners
I
may
think it's how I
grant
afforded Deathloop. I don't recall.
May.
Or no, I was just no. I did
Let's
some
be
freelance
absolutely
work
clear on these points
that had
before we proceed.
that gave me a bit of money. 2 seconds.
The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit.
Sorry.
Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
So do I gotta wear like a mask again? I did during Heavensward.
For us to act as associates of the students of Baldesion, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Yeah, now that I think about it, my Twitch payout mostly went to food and video
We might
games.
expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our
So I would have things to
mind
stream
moving
and a thing that would keep me from dying.
The
Just look
immigration
smart.
officers with this one.
No.
Shall we?
Oh, are we properly, like... It's also kind of a surprise that we're starting off immediately going to Charlian, which makes me... Or Old Charlian, I should say, which makes me wonder, like, where is the fork in the path?
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly.
That
I
is...
see by your mark you are an archive.
That's a really cute Lalafell. She looks like a Pixar character.
Heart here of the students of Baldesion at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the
I don't know
restoration
which
of
one,
the
but I know she looks like a specific Pixar character. I like her earring.
I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled
I wish I could wear more earrings in this game and actually like have them show up. It's the big glasses. I don't know. I don't think it is.
If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Those will be way faster.
Ishtola rule.
It's Ishtola, not Yishtola? Fuck. I assume it's actually both.
See how it glows. That list is etherically
That's so cool!
in the main repository.
That's fucking awesome!
I've confirmed your status as Archon.
I just call her Stola. That's fair.
Welcome home.
I mean, like, she's Stola from the clan of Yi.
Alphino Leveilleur.
Oh, it's Leveilleur, not Lavalier. Leveilleur. I'll remember that.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that,
Uh-huh.
the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
We're aware. is that gonna be a problem for just getting around, or?
Such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry.
Ah, okay, okay.
To avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
Okay, so it's not gonna get you kicked out, and it's not gonna get you denied, just don't start shit. That shouldn't be a problem.
These last two are not Charlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
God, we have fucking main character energy.
Name and occupation?
Let me choose. Can I choose? Roxy Orban? Artisan. The amount of players saying, don't worry, I'll be your new mom and dad after they got disowned legit warmed your heart. I mean, like, I've always seen myself.
But one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits
Wait!
of procurement and production.
Did you actually keep that in mind? Did the game actually record that? Or is that something that's for everyone?
Justinian Varliner, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
This is funny. What? What is what you would call what you did? That's a face. 'Cause he can't say Scion. Kryl!
If you'll allow me.
Kryl! Ah! My friend!
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Yeah, that should do.
Mistress Baldessi, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it.
But maybe be a bit more punctual next time, huh?
While I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Kryl.
That,
It is good to
that's such a good pop off. But yeah, I've always thought that like Alphino and Alice's relationship with the Warrior of Light is like
There is much to
almost
discuss.
purely surrogate parental.
Let's be on our way, shall we?
If that makes sense. I hope it does, cause like I'm bad at elaborating.
Oh. Welcome, friends, to Charlian.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
I was gonna say, cause he couldn't have just said Scion, cause that would have been giving it away too much. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers to detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your to get your legs back. Is it you? Wait, where are people? I got waved at. There's you. Wow, you just look like you. Friend. But also, let me send friend request. Yep. There you are, Gary. There you are. Well, it's one of those. I can't tell, because there was also someone, like, right in front of me, and I can't tell if they're doing MSQ progression or not. Hold up. Okay, I was just checking. Let me just make sure that this weapon coffer is up to snuff. Hydurium sickle. Oh, I was already using one. And the other one I think I can sell. Should be able to. Marketable? Yup. Oh, this will give me a pretty penny. Hold up. Summoning bell. Wait, let me get some fucking money. Entrustor withdrawal gill. I need that for travel expenses. Up for sale. How much are people asking? Gah! 98 or 38. 8. Hold up. 38. Let's deflate the market, baby. All right. What was I doing? Because, yeah, this, I've realized, like, I have all that maiming shit. And, God, I like this track a lot. You might have to be right back. Need you some peach tea and stores are about to close? Fucking run. I'm on you guys sell shit? No. They will be quest givers later, I think. Ooh, the hunt board. Let's attune to all the crystals I can. Just so that getting around town won't be much of an issue. Where in the goddamn does a lady go to buy something? I feel like I'm gonna... What are you? Oh, you're mammoths. Oh, those are so cute. Yeah, and the... Okay. I've got Crystarium gear, so I have a feeling that a lot of these are gonna be, like... I don't know how to put it. I have a feeling that a lot of these are gonna be, like... under my level. But that's money, right? I thought to launch directly into an explanation on what I've learned and how we may proceed. But this is Roxy and Estinian's first time in Charlian, and for the rest of you, a homecoming was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that we may all have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you're settled in, we can reconvene at Baldesion Annex. How does that sound? It is a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Lavalier estate as such, but I would like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza, was it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. Speaking in an accent is a bit of a tongue twister. I too have places I would be remiss for not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. And what of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the taking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Ow. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Ah, of course, if you'll have me. Come, Roxy. Charlotte awaits. I really do love I love that music sting a ton. After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Grahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. In the event that you use the Aethernet, he will catch up to you as long as you remain in the same area. Hey, thanks Wendy for the raid. How y'all doing? Thank you to CJ Evermore for the follow. Welcome to the cabaret. Hope you enjoy your stay. I got something for all y'all. Let me just hit y'all with a good ol' razzle dazzle. How y'all holding up? How y'all doing? How was your stream, Wendy? That's my wife. How you doing? Oh, he is following me. He is proper following. Well, all set? Then let's be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kryle's now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryle at the designated location. Oh, that's fucked up. While you're accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. When finished Old World Blues? Hell yeah. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. I love that. That is a really smart way to do it. Make me care a lot more about the world. Whoop. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer would be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration officials, after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlian the same way it is in Eorzea. This place is called the Peristyle. It is the first stop for cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also suppliers that further Charlian's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep these attendants busy. You can't stay for long because you gotta make dinner tonight? Take care, hope to see you around, yeah? And look at all those crafters just doing their shit. They're doing their thing. That is a beautiful statue in the distance. Now, that is a sight one could hardly forget. The great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldesion, I was usually quartered to the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlian people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen for our patron deity, it was more of a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him in a way with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith was not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charlians can, and do, worship the divinities to their choosing. That's a good question. Actually, who do I worship? I don't remember anymore. The Keeper. Okay. Elthic. I don't actually remember what the conversation on that was. All I knew is that it gave me is that it aligned with what I thought the role-playing would benefit from. This reminds me of a beautiful little place, Café du Monde, down in Louisiana when I visited. Gorgeous place. Okay, he's got nothing to say here. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How do I put this? The food is, it's bland, and as encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be, as it is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlian, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in the Isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the most impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Charlian who came to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when the time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs at the side of the cafe will take us up to the Aetherite Plaza. There's friend. There's my friend. I goddamn adore Charlian so far. It's just kind of like, okay, so Charlian has been a thing that for the longest time has been talked about, if not in lore, then just by people that talk about the game. And fucking... there's one all the way over there, but we could just, like, take the Aetherite Plaza so that we have a center thing to teleport to. But, like, it's something that, like, you always hear about, and it's always interesting, but, like, you'd never think you'd go there. And now that I go there, it's like, oh, it's kind of like a much fancier, kind of like a much fancier Ishgard. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning Aetherite. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlian stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant Aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to Agora, Charlian's largest marketplace. Give me 2 seconds on that, though. I want to learn about whatever this is. That's the entrance to the Confluence. I've no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember the way here. Speaking of Aetherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tend to rely on far cheaper ferry expenses. I was pleasantly surprised when Mistress Utaru informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for teleportation costs as part of our duties, but I find old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. What do you mean that you guys are being paid? Yeah. Of course. But it's like, oh, what about the Warrior of Light? Oh, she'd probably got 100,000 gil in the bank, and it's like, that's true, but y'all are reimbursing everyone else. My voice is crack-a-lack-it. Why would you do this to me? This is pure you guys are getting paid energy. Alright. What is that, Lucy? How you doing, Luce? How you doing, Luce? Let's do a good old Charlie and Nudie. I didn't realize that's what the quest was named. I love that. I love that so much. The hell was that? Oh, Dark Knights. What the hell is that? Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse as you like, but we won't wait around for you. Perhaps I'll return later then. These little open-air bookstores are so uniquely Charlian. I always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. It's a little public, bad news, the peach tea you got was too expensive. Good news, Arizona tea still 99 cents. Good, good. Doesn't Arizona have their own peach tea? Whoop. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. They do, but the store was about to close and you were like, oh shit, oh fuck, that's fair. Otherwise, I think I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on your tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow up the north path, then climb the stairs to that imposing building at the very top. Oh. Oh wait, Graha doesn't have anything to say. In areas like that. Hold up, let's attune to the places on Journey's End. I would rather have these attuned and take up, like, a weird sidetrack amount of time. Crêpe de la crêpe. I need that crab. I need that crab. Where do I get that crab? God, this is just such a beautiful track. Oh, why am I even thinking about doing the fucking manual teleportation when I can go through that teleportation? Oh, I wasted 70 gil. Oh no. Oh dear. I was gonna say, which way am I actually going? God, Charlian is just... Again, I know I said it, but it's like kind of everything I imagined it being. Because I imagined what was going on in the Eorzean portion of all, like, where the studies and shit were. But, like... You warped to Journey's End as I poofed. I saw that you had gone there. It's 5 a.m. and you got ice cream? Oh, fuck yeah. I need to get some ice cream soon. I haven't had proper ice cream in like a year or two. It's always so expensive. Alright. I now have Ethernet access to the Lavalier Estate, Journey's End, and the Rustra. And this grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and other duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. And the vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired from my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. I'm just gonna walk there. You were just out of my field of view. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It happens. Whoop. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us this is where those who put ashore with the Archon Nyunkrep built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You'll see one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. The estate belongs to our friends from House Lavalier. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldesion Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We should head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Aetherite Plaza? Correct. After you, Roxy. How am I liking Old Sharlayan so far? It is beautiful. It's beautiful. The Baldesion Annex? Whoop. As the joyous look of Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldesion Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of the Phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. You should see it when there isn't any fog. I don't see it being very foggy. I'm back, and I brought Roxy and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Raha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Roxy. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Sunjika? It's been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration's Officer of the Students of Bedlam. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. And the Champion of Eorzea has featured prominently in Kryl and Graha's reports. So for me, this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. Clouds? Oh, that's fair. This place is like a second home to the students. The Isle of Owl served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had the occasion to visit Sharlayan, whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from different shores. The Annex here is built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the Annex has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Telepheroi fall. Through that door on the left, there is the main hall, where we can discuss our operations moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our adventures begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you and Adron, so please, feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. I don't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the Andron and just steal a few winks. And thus they became known as amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps may last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you on the main hall. Just already, this is... like, I'm fascinated. I also genuinely thought that was, hey, you just sold a bunch of shit. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh. It's not as breathtaking as I thought it would be, but... certainly is a sight, huh? Huh. This is also a really good reuse of art. Because, like, loading screen, I believe loading screen, definitely a loading screen. It's a really good use. The inn room is basically a college dorm. Oh, fuck yeah. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay there and wait for them to join us. Voiced or... Alright.
I was delayed.
It's fine, Maria.
Yoshi PP like.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
Sorry if y'all heard a weird noise. I moved my whole desk so I could lean back.
Come what may.
That is one of the things I like about the setup, is that I can just move the desk.
At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
Okay.
The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlian, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
Alright.
As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlian focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Okay.
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon.
On top of being conservatives, they're also isolationists.
Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies,
which is
the recent
interesting.
vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
I wouldn't have thought that Charlian's bipartisan
Even more
by
concerning
design.
was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
That is something I was like, that feels weird.
It was as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, It simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed. One
Oh,
which I
shit.
ask for your help to solve.
Wrong
Our
thingy,
future
wrong
may
thingy.
depend on it.
Oh boy, I'm glad that Twitter wasn't open.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian.
I went to just... I was like, why is Firefox open?
Ah! Study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over.
Don't worry about it.
Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown.
I mean, wouldn't someone that's here automatically be way more interested in the unknown?
Such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Favner. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Shit.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with this fire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts.
So, while they may not,
that they have gleaned unobtainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
It's one of those where, like, despite still being on the source this time, it still feels like such a strange land, and I really like the globetrotting that we're going to be doing.
To a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Okay.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavner would seem the obvious choice.
Right.
But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one.
That's where we'll disagree, but it's a really close... Yeah. It's a really close choice.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Okay, Thavnir first. That one seems more pressing because that one is closer to a primal summoning.
Indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first.
Alright, so this is where the fork happens.
Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
Okay.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Thavnir is a very good first choice. I say that in that, like, I am nothing if not a warrior of light. First and foremost, I am not exactly a scholar. So hear me out. Thavnir is a very good first choice, but also hear me out that it is the one I can more immediately help with in case something goes south.
Thoughts? Objection?
I passed through Thavnir on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Okay.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
You, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nidana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Yeah, Thavnir also sounds like I want to go to more lands sooner. But yeah, so to talk about game design shit, while I also just like sort something in the background, because I do like to keep a browser open while playing FF14, so give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah, there was nothing scary on that. Just give me 2 seconds. Organizing shit. Okay. Are we calling Orion J Young Jeezy now? Okay, so Thavnir, we go. Well, actually, no. Coffer first. How is that? Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, what does that look like? Dyed Snow White, that looks gorgeous. Gunmetal Black? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, okay, okay. What about General Purpose Jet Black? Okay, now put that with the rest of the outfit. Better than calling him Uber Danger. Uber Danger's a hell of a name, though. This looks like an extension on the Strife set, honestly. Yeah, let's go to Thavnir. I have Kryle's instructions in hand. If you're ready to set out, then so away. Having been to Thavnir before, I can travel by Aetheryte. But what of the rest of you? The sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kryle is of the same mind, and we have already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest. I'm afraid so, my friend. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, until whose journey we delivered the owing of the knowledge to our comrade Moanbreda. Moanbreda was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers of the Confluence. Haven't you gone to go see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath of the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed upon me the words I should speak, and thus I have kept my silence. Whether you come with us or not is your choice and yours alone. Wait, whether you come with us is of your choice and your choice alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. He's afraid to see Moanbreda's parents? Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Because, like, a lot of people loved Moanbreda, and, like, we did not get enough time with her. But, like, I can still sense the importance of her. And, like, without her sacrifice, we genuinely would not have known what we know nowadays. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. Then it is settled. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kit. Or maybe Kite. I'm not sure. I like Kit. Give me 2 seconds. Because I think... God, I wish I could take the dye off of it. I wish I could, like, scrape it off. But we won't be needing that for a bit. I don't plan to do any Dragoon shit in the time for a while, so you know. Whoop. Give me a second, actually. What actually is it with the Crystarium set that's being an issue? Deadass, it's the thigh boots still. Okay, so it's gonna be the whole set. Yeah, I fucked up when I selected it. Yeah, we can't even sell it. Oh my god. Hello. Hello. What's your name? Well now, this is a rather lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kryle, the students of Baldesian. We seek passage to Thavnia and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects! Welcome, welcome! Test subjects? Oh, you haven't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an Aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out whether you're a mess of Aether hurtling along the live stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aetheryte's teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to the Aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. They better be thrown into the Aperture Space Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. Close enough. The Testuno. And we finally come to it. We've created a new type of Aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly? That changes everything. Well, my language may be a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these Aetherites, but the Aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between 2 points. But it so happens that a first test pair of Aetherites, one has been installed here in Charlie, and then the other in, Yedlamad? Port Town in Davenier. Close enough. Can you stop joking around Can my joking stop being real for 1 second? No, but you're close, though. As you may know, our nation has long since maintained strong ties with Rads at hand, and indeed, we owe much of this breakthroughs to the contribution of their alchemists. To sum it up, we're to test these Aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel Aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you may say that these Aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort from your part. A veritable dream come true. And far be it from me to worry about such things. But do we have permission to make use of this shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the live stream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mistress Kryle surely knows how to pick 'em. God, she looks so tired and messy, and God, she needs a nap. I love her. If I might change the subject, are Master Whifsun and Mistress Bloweeder not present today? Oh, you didn't hear. They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project held by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to those details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be coming along shortly. Where are we going? Okay. God, this is just... I'm excited. I'm excited. To just, like, I want to see more distant lands. I want to explore.
Right, we're all set.
I was way too close for that to be. I just did woman voice.
Just the four of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
I'm just... Every once in a while I get a voice right there.
I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Yeah, now that I look at it, the outfit I am wearing... Yeah, you were pretty spot on. Like, I just kind of did the voice that seemed natural.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
She got the doohickey.
Oh,
I really like her earrings.
you might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Yeah, my outfit is totally a reskin of the Strife gear. It's even got the armband from Advent Children. I wonder what ethereal sickness feels like for someone like Thancred. It makes me curious. It makes me really curious. That's alright presentation. But like halfway across the world is just like, whoa, you know? Also, does that mean that Thavnir is the Source's version of,
To city-state Rad's at Har. Rising from the southeast.
Does that mean that this is basically the Source's version of Yulmore?
The battleground for a conflict between 2 people.
At least aesthetically?
Their cultures bled
Or
into
is this
one
where the
another
Sneeple
until
come
unique
from?
Amalgamation was distilled from the chaos in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality.
Is that
held
fucking
them
Sin?
at bay. For a time.
I don't think it is, but... How did CC get Sneeple right? I don't know.
Across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance?
Now it gets it wrong? Wait, did it actually do Sneeple correctly? Gets nipple? God damn it. Oh, I love this track. This is the one that the Lemures use. Lemurs? Lemures? I don't know. I don't pretend to know. God damn it. This is just con sickness. This is just... No, this isn't even con sickness. This is... We are the people that went to the con and got sick day 1 and didn't know.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
Yeah? Do you have it?
As a Justinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
God damn it, you couldn't have said that faster? You couldn't have said that faster. You manage yourself to your feet, but you're uncertain will you reach Justinian in time. Oh, that's good. That's all right. Could have said that. Your insides are turning inside out. Okay. Thancred, not an excuse. If I could do some crazy shit, that an elephant man? That's an elephant man. Holy shit. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I can only bet what it must have been like to be here like day one and seeing a bunch of people crumple. Yeah, like a bunch of people. Just imagine all of these. Just imagine a bunch of players here looking for Justinian and then just very suddenly, like, growing violently ill. Like that. Hey, yo, can you, like, mend my shit, actually, before I forget to do it? You there. I need 3 drinks. Something that helps with Aether sickness. By Mansia, traveler. I mean, greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Umra Lassie. My special Umra Lassie, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnir, I am pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, but 2, not 2, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. The price is high road robbery, but you want to say as much to Justinian, but you realize any words of warning you may cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. Before you must stand before Justinian and, using gestures, deny. Yo, fucking chill, my dude. Huh? I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? What? I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me? This is sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have had my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the last to get 3 bottles of lassie. Huh. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. Crawling to the marketplace, trying not to lose their lunch. Justinian! I'll be back after I've explored the town. What exploration do you need to do? Made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, this Amra-flavored lassie is boasted to settle unruly stomachs. I wish he wasn't standing so close to, like, the NPCs. he can't possibly know I'm also here and doing this, but, like, still. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to the Anastidian and the fine fruits of this land. You were in time. Excellent. You spared us to Taru's wrath. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. I fucking love this track. It's got such a crime aura to it. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Aye, I've bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask you where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it is the Varian weave, though tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? I am inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, unusually so. Claiming Thavnir as its dominion, the nation of Radzat-Han hath long lived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasadara, a Patangia tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and though their intermingling a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt west and east. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Radzat-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travellers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing as rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Estinian, please. Look, at that point it's his money. Prudent and practical, aye, as if we've naught to lose by learning more. So, are we to seek out Kryle's acquaintance? Shall we see what information we can gather here in, Yadlamad. There we go. Sorry, I have to, like, ingrain that. That's a new location. Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Oh, we have some lassie left over. But yeah, I felt like I should have... Woo! Solso. What does Solso do? Chancing the action to harvest moon. Okay. Oh! Oh yeah, that's nuts. Right. Let us split up and make inquiries in town. Roxy, the pair is yours. Once we've learned what we can regroup by the Aetheryte. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. I do really like these new Aetherites. Oh, that's really pretty barding. Let me guess. Bicolor gemstones? Yep. Successfully completing local fates will allow for safe delivery. Okay. You good? Swirly funny crystals. That's fair. You good? Do I know you? They are swirly, and they are quite funny. The crate laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they have been left out too long. Let's just survey the land as best we can. Oh, it just occurred to me. Wait. Gazing out the pier, you spy boats moored off the nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. It just occurred to me, Lucy, you are the second person who has had a year of subscriptions. That has that badge that isn't me. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do what I have daily habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could have been worse. I have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazal. I don't envy his position. Better be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. As a traveller, you're a traveller by the looks of you. If you had a moment, perhaps you could pay the Kazal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him in the Saltwind sails, the harbour guild building across the water from here. You can't make me. I really like the boats they have. There's a lot of really good design here. Well now, if it isn't a traveller, you're a strange sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared in Nauana. If it had just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no. It had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the radiant host, but business is as good as dead. What'll come of us, only the gods know. What are you doing? What are you doing? Melatonin has been consumed and you are not long for the waking world. Living world. Hey yo, Lucy's better fucking die. Why did I take the long way? Why did I take the long way? Why am I a fool today? Here, get this medkit. You're fed up with this world. Everyone betraying me. The Dalmaskins aren't coming, but we have already had everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans haven't changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire's at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. This city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. Can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Ugh, but this will have been an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kelzal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? It's nice to finally meet you in game. Likewise. Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I see. It's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? My name is Matsya, and I'm here to see Kelzal. Oh, seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Wait, no, that's the long way. That's the long way. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kelzal, didn't you? I'm Matsya, fisherman from from Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kelzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't brought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium may have been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. But as soon as he's free anyway, he's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Oh, this is really working. I'm really liking how this outfit's coming out. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer, you say? You travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me. The portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. Problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kelzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it may sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Is he gonna follow me? If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Please, try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlamald. Yedlamald. I shall observe you and learn. He is now accompanying me. Can't leave. Yep. All the same shit from earlier. Wait, wrong way. What's a running one look like? Eee! Elephant man, elephant man. I like the elephant man. Huh? Yeah. Fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish, straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. I assure your bosom fish are very fresh, but this is rather sudden. I don't eat any fish right now, so thanks, but no thanks. Damn it. That doesn't mean he was guaranteed to sell it all. Never mind. Never goes well the first time. I'm sure you'll fare better with the next customer. How dare he disrespect my bosom like that? How dare? Wow, he is agile as hell. Don't feel bad about missing some of these. That's fine. I wasn't gonna. A hawker, are you? You sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Amra. What do you need so many amra for? Why, for eating, of course. May seem like a lot, but of late, I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. And by the same token, nothing's coming from overseas. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment's arriving for this and that and this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, so I find myself feeling rather constantly hungry. But are you sure you're actually hungry? You know, now when I think of it, I'm not so sure. Rather than hungry, perhaps I've been feeling unfulfilled, and I try to fill the void by gorging on food I like. Do you like fish? Fish? I do like fish, as a matter of fact. Why ask? Oh, so you're a fishmonger. Apologies for the misunderstanding. Well, seeing as you're here, do you happen to have some macchiali sardine? They're perfect in a spicy soup. We certainly do, madame. And if you like it spicy, I also recommend them pickled in oil with a generous amount of chilies. Oh, that does sound rather like a wonderful challenge. I don't have any fish in mind at first. I didn't have any fish in mind at first, but I dare say I'll enjoy these. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, see? See, he's getting the hang of it. I at least wanted to do the, see? For at least one person. Once I saw it was a thing I could do, I needed to know. You actually failed this one. The only one you got was the first dude? Really? Now, I'm a saleswoman by trade. Let me actually show you how it's done. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh, God, it's my stomach. Ugh. Hey, there's sickness. Nah, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly. Savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. I'm working as hard as I can while I still can. The better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. Oh, well, no, it's not like I'm trying to impress anyone. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to work. Take care. Fuck. Just too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return at the pier. Damn it. He's gotta be like a really difficult one. Say goodbye to your ankles. Holy shit. You got one of them. That's better than most people who did this quest. Can you just bumble through it? Can you actually, like, do a fail-through of it? I feel better at least getting one good one, though. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Though you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to be a better peddler. You can fail all of them. The important thing is that you try. And that's what he learns. Oh, that rules. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kelzal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice. And it should be... And who should it be but Matzia? Kelzal, have you finished your business at the guild? So, you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply ain't any options at this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matzia. Truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't... I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Kelzal? Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. God, now I want fish. I think I have some tuna left. Ah, but that would require like getting up, making a sandwich. Nah. Not right now. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I see. We've also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth the lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telepheroi. That Matzia fellow you were helping. He is Aka Sodara, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning this is the perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Akastara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many a devout adherent still. We'd better go after him. Akali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Standing in a ponytail's kinda... I may be a lesbian, but... Where can I even hire one to? We're on the register now, and that's really all that matters. You want to yank that? Yeah, exactly. You do not see Matzia nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Man, I wish mount speeds were a bit faster by default. Like, a bit faster than this. Hear what sound he makes? Ooh, that's a point. That's a good point. Look, all I'm saying is I'm not a lewd tuber, but... For the record, okay, those are, like, immediately hostile. Noted. You're not either, you promise? You do not see Matsuya from here, either. No! Leave me alone! Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm not a LootTuber, but it'd be a real easy rebrand. Look, if I were more comfortable with myself like that, I would quit manager duties for at least a month. Alright. Hi. You good? You up? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We've heard that the Axordara are being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing's all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I've no idea why they're here. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot, House of Divinities, an old tongue it means. But they're not true divinities, these monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity. All and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis not for any other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time, we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all that we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us about thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? And to think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honoured to share our knowledge and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis the simulacra of the Davnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we'll be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like as not, I, as you said, will do best to study their religious traditions. To Akali. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, and like I've just legitimately gotten sidetracked the whole way. playing this game and, like, just learning about the game design stuff, learning that Stormblood was a very, not, like, formative time, that's not the word I'd use, but, it was a very informative time. It taught them a lot about, like, how to actually, like, structure an expansion. For example, early on in each expansion, there will be a fork in the road. You will do all of the same missions that everyone else will. However, those missions will be done in perhaps a different order, depending on when you do them. And they will be separate from what you were doing in the other place. And they fork them there so that they can funnel players to other instances, so that you don't have to form lines like we used to. Or, like, yeah, no, I say we, but, like, you know, like players used to. I'll put up a fucking podcast segment from a podcast I listen to that talks about Raubon's Wall, which is just what the fans call it, where people had, like, say this is Raubon, players were lining up because there wasn't, like, all the way over there easily, because there was an instance there and people were legitimately unable to get in. People were legitimately unable to do the instance, and it was a long one. So people formed queues in certain data centers just so that we as in other players just wouldn't be crowding him. And there was a fork in it, but they put it in too late. So Raubon Savage is what you're calling it. It just happened. Cause like in Heaven's Word, once you do like the tour of town, you then fork off into one of two places. Stormblood takes a bit longer, and doesn't do a fork before doing an instance. The important part is that it put you in an instance before the fork. And in Stormblood, it was go to the Far East or go to Gerbania, I think? I don't quite pretend to recall. And Shadowbringers had, like, hey, do you want to go to, like, Yulmore, or do you want to go more, like, over here? I don't remember quite so well. But from here, it's, hey, do you want to go to Charlian, or do you want to go to fucking Thavnir? And I think that is legitimately fascinating. Welcome to Akyali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there ain't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. You think the instance was in the fork? Nope. It was right before. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. And any of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and the old race, Hasfada. They're free at the moment as it happens. But yeah, like, take it as like a path here. I'm just gonna make it really easy. So like, Stormblood starts, you cross the border, and then there's a small instanced thing that happens. And then, a little more, plot point. Fork. And then they realized, okay, we cannot do any form of instances before forks anymore. We cannot do encounters like that again. Because that annoyed the fuck out of players. Because the people that are taking their time off to play the expansion day one are doing it like... They're wasting their afternoon. They're wasting their weekend. Just waiting. And from there, smooth sailing. That was the kicker. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? Heh, that's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusa and the Murga, deities who look like men in base, respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the minutiae, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Minutia, converted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus, they were born new gods, possessed both with might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. And from then on, as a sign of their esteem from one another, the Minutia have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. Yeah. Now, Endwalker bumped into an issue where people just legitimately could not get in. But, like, that was different from I can't... There's a difference between I can't play and I can play, but I can't progress.
Huh. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, happy to oblige. From that... Now, I don't know how it is when Seer Isle, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Minutia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts.
Thanks, Asmongold. I mean, like, extra players is a good thing always. But, like, the servers were literally just not ready for that many people. It really sucks, too. People, like, essentially accidentally harassed him out of playing the game on stream. And it's like, that's gotta suck as a streamer.
They can be divided into two groups. The Minutia, beings of wisdom who form the form of men, and the Murga, beings of which who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like what we mortals can be. All are possessed with great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives.
But yeah, like, I don't know much about Asmongold. I know some people don't like him. I don't know the details. I actually got him confused with another person who was terrible, and it's like, okay, not him, not him.
There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch them from my home at once.
Yeah, and like, he got people in. And he also, I would also say that the push that Asmongold accidentally made happen, also led to Yoshi P getting on the board at Square. So, you know. He also didn't do it out of malice, so I don't quite mind.
Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts the three of our most revered deities.
By all means, we should like to see it.
They are Minutia. You heard of them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Cinderuva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her is the middle sister, Sanduvra, a goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. You got nothing ill against Asmon. It was just a poor timing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is a mini Daruva. Wait. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Though each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the
In the minutiae, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I ask?
The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have the occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkasdora. Wait, Arkasodara. That's really hard to say. Arkasodara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history.
You worship dragons too.
It's said that the ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of the Radzatan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. The divinity has since acted as a guardian deity on the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is needed, his dragon ally will fly to his aid.
The Cheetahman is a crap game to task? Well, yeah. I could have told you that. Dragon ally.
You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear with your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower.
You just like to make yourself suffer? That's fair.
That is all very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance, an alchemist by the name of Nidana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. But yeah, the Endwalker shit was mostly like so many people wanted to get into the game and not enough people wanted, and not enough server space even. But it's been since sorted, I think. Not to mention the chip shortage, Jesus Christ, because like servers got to be custom made for MMOs. Did you say you were going to see Nitana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. Did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them.
They do? That's news to you? To my knowledge, MMO servers have to be made in a very specific way. Not like hardware-wise, but like there's a lot of prep work needed. That was worse timing. Yeah, because like honestly, I would argue that Square could have totally gotten a half-decent Endwalker launch if it weren't for the chip shortage and COVID. But now I just get to play FF14 now. And now the chip shortage is like largely over. Some things are still hard to get your hands on. Like it's hard to get a PS5 still, but like even harder is games, am I right? Anyways, but god damn it, I can't even make that joke without thinking of fucking Chad Warden. But yeah. These servers are like, they gotta be made and structured in a specific way to hold that many people in them, but also that much data in it. Cause like, all I'm saying is they're trying. And PS triple. Yeah. Oh, fuck. What in the goddamn? Hey, if it's all the same to you guys, I'll do it on the way. Please tell me what these people actually sound like.
dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests.
You do?
You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the Satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Okay, yeah, of course.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? They have new scales?
Oh, they just sound normal. What? What in the goddamn?
Yes, my friend.
Huh?
Gather round. I have
What?
them right here.
What the fuck? I mean, that's fine, but what?
Continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
It's just nap time. They looked dead. They looked like they got killed.
Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong?
No, no.
Wait, who are you people?
Woof.
Of course. You're the one Cryle sent. The
Yeah.
ray of light we've been
They're
waiting
just sleeping. Oh.
This is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted.
Huh.
I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
And what are they?
Curious that it concerns you so.
Well,
But worry not.
more of a curiosity, but
Freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your
don't. No, no, no.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Oh, they're gonna have fun with him. Oh, they're gonna have fun.
See here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving.
Well?
So help me.
Well,
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
yeah, of course.
As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request.
He'll be fine, probably. They talked about drawing blood.
Workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the great work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Huh. Well. Oh, Chocobo Keep. How much is a Chocobo? Yeah, that's a... They sure did. Yeah, he might be fine. Whenever I think about... Just look at that, look at that. This is where you take your leave. Melatonin got hands. Oh, fuck. Take care, Lucy. Don't be a stranger now. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Roxy is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast contraptions of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. One of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales, proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be delighted to conduct a field test, and this is where you and your Blessing of Light come in. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. What the fuck does that mean? But as of your task, we only ask that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. Whoop. Okay. In that case, Urian-Jay and I will find ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as all your work is at the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful to have any assistance you can provide. If you're ready, let us put our blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I'll meet you at the top and see to some preparations. I just see in shout chat, it's Dave. Say hi to Dave. And everyone going, hi, Dave. Apparently there is a high-level hunt that's just called Dive. You see a lantern designed in the local style. hope you don't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night, the drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emanating a powerful blast of aether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. Should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin when you're ready. I'll be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. You follow Drunken Deepa's lead and try not to fall behind. Oh, it's going. Oh, it's going. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. See, I also personally don't mind. Whoop. Readying Aether. Please stand back. Readying Aether. Please stand back. Okay. Readying Aether. Please stand back. I don't mind certain things like this in FF14 though. Like, it's super rare that they throw something like this out. Readying Aether. What am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to wait? Do I start moving? Okay. That's fine. Warning. Discharging Aether. Oh, god damn it. It said please stand back. I thought it meant please stand back if you were not the test subject. You're struck by a powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. I love it. I love this little dude. Ready, Aether. Please stand back. Is that back enough? It is not back enough. Okay, I guess just keep walking until... Warning! Discharging Aether. You're struck by another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject to stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. I also love just like... I want one. I want one that follows me. I need one that follows me. Hold up. I know a way I can do this. Just walk away. I love this game having an auto walk button. Feels good. Oh, I have to get close and then walk away. Warning, discharging Aether. Okay, it's a little janky, but I like it. You're struck by yet another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. It's just nice. Warning, discharging Aether. See, it's just kind of cozy. Struck with the strongest blast of Aether yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign, but come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Having exhausted itself of all aether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. Thank you. I shall replenish its aether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Then strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your aether. With this, we can request your aid of the task ahead with easy hearts. You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Should you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? Whoop. You see, our talisman requires the use of a special link, for we have whoop. Give me 2 seconds. You see, the talisman requires the use of a special link. We have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient in it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, but I would like to go and harvest some. With the present state of kidnappings, however, we Arcasadara travel alone in our peril. You will come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. Leave it to me. I am in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated in the road which runs east of the Great Work. Let's do the disembodied head. Let's get a little bit of extra speed in there. Hey, thanks to Jasper Zev for the follow. Welcome. How you doing, Raiders? Let me give you some. I got some good old razzle dazzle for ya. Alright, give me 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I had to mute it. But sorry to raid and dip, but not quite to ENDWALKER yet. No, that's absolutely fair. I kind of expect that this is going to be a project I do for me. Cause, you know. Hey, Lily. Oh, thank you for the redeem. It's much appreciated. Let me get you a good ol'... Wait. Thank you to Jude Cryobite for the follow. Wait, instead of what call you... Hold on. Don't I have... But it's cheaper. Of course you're a good girl, Jasper. It's cheaper. It's cheaper to... Also, hold on. You're drunk. Don't worry about it. Call her a good girl twice. Of course... Look. Yeah? Yeah? Let me fix something, actually. I fucked up. I'm gonna fix something in the background. You want to forget Sonic 06? You hate you finished the game? Well, you are, of course, the goodest girl, but you also redeemed a good old-fashioned ara ara. Give me 2 seconds, though. I actually forgot. I needed to put this back up. That bad? Oh, it's fucking awful. Alright. I just re-enabled throw things at me. It was kind of weird, but I re-enabled it. Oh, we're bumping into some bitrate issues. Give it a couple seconds, everyone. I'm sorry. You spent 3 hours on the phone. Oh, God. What the fuck? I may be simply imagining it. Oi! Say, oi! Cause say you think it's fun playing 7 different characters in one okay, I like 7. Oi! I do think it's kind of fun to do it with 7 different characters, but maybe one continuous mission is god awful. You start all over again? Oh, that is just even worse than I remember. I may be simply imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Roxy! Hold on. Hold up, hold up. Hold on. Apparently they have insta-killer. Did I just not beat Sonic 06 and just remember it being awful but not that awful? God, I look hot. Look at that. Look at that. Just mwah, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The longer you take to find the Chaos Emeralds, the more that spawn. Oh, that is genuinely awful. God, that gave me a fright to think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters that I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope. Good, good. Let's continue on. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Sith Lord, World of Light, Warrior of Light. Don't. No. No, 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 no. Sith Lords get, like, wrinkly. They get, like, wrinkly and, like, their flesh falls away. Hey, Lily. Genuine question. How drunk are you? Are you okay? You forgot your name was Lily for a moment? Oh. And here we are. Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know. They came to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set upon harvesting at once if you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. I assume I forgot my own name is enough to tell me where you're at. Whoop. I just really love the music around here, honestly. Let's really hope to God is that they don't have, like, the Magitech clause.
Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
How'd you know I was looking at it?
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
Okay. Do you trust the satrap?
Completely. Without the satrap and his line,
That's fair.
that Han would not exist.
Summoning Salt tweeted that he's got a video coming and it gave you the idea. Ooh.
Two tribes of
Do it, bet.
the Gajasura and the Arkasotra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasotra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjord from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves.
You'll post it when you get the intro. That's fair.
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution.
Okay.
The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Razad Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
Well, that's good. That's absolutely good. I like how quick they are. It'd just be like, here's lore, here is world building. Like, every time this game does world building, I immediately want to hear about it. And I don't know how else to, like, elaborate on that.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers. And what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Oh, God. Okay.
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Excuse me?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
The more Van Daniel speaks, the more I, like, cock my head and I'm like, what the fuck are you actually getting on about? Oh. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great works, shall we? Let's just fucking zip there. Get a good old zoop. I gotta check my DMs. I see Oogie Boogie got at Disneyland got a fucking burla pussy splayed out. Like, what the fuck? Disneyland? What the goddamn? Roxy, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. You're right, it isn't. Purse feeling a little light. If you'll excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you both are back. Excellent. Oh, I got names mixed up. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. It would seem the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when I last looked, there were still plenty. I suspect that was before Orion J told everyone about their tempting cure and Astinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain. But we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend with this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear... That's a Scottish accent. That's going way deep into Scots. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Roxy, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry is where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take you much time. May we impose on you once more? Might as well. You got what? What's up? What's up? Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua. He'll furnish you with ore. You DM'd it to me? Thank you, Lily. I appreciate it. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. Maybe borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidana. By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I'll bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. This is a really nice area, honestly. I thought that was just Van Daniel standing there. Nope, just someone with their hood up. What? What? Here are Hamza, Roxy. If the creature looks familiar, it is because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hamza have long been since livestock in Davnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largeness of these were recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants to an outpost. It is there where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let's make for the outpost. We'll set forth on your word. Are you ready? Let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My burden I will take the lead for yours to follow. Alright, yeah. Ooh. Holy shit. This is... I need to find new words to describe what the hell I'm looking at. Because this is, Ooh. Okay, so it's not sin. Huh. To the left and requiring no introduction is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Almost there, though through the main path The main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. Hell yeah. God, that is menacing. It's like a big ass reaper. Ooh, more of them, or the ones we came in on. Huh. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Huh. Well. Would it? Who should it be but young Varshan? On an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency came Fuck me running. Dyslexia kicking in. I am. His Excellency bade me to come collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. It is simply our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these last few days, this remains the front line of battle. No place for children. Your predecessor, too, often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may be now, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but I still worry for you. It would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are a little brother to us all. Take care, you hear? I will, Nabadine. Thank you. And who might you be? Not Hanish, by the looks of her. Permit me to introduce Roxy Orban, of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist us in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there, too. Tell me, what's the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of this threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you have to share. You too. Bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Alright, let us talk to the soldiers. Heard about you. Visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telephroi? We know we're not the only ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this, and what is it they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? That you can bet that they won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. It occurs to me I have not properly introduced our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking down the 2 occasions they came in force,
We had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Did they likewise spawn monsters? Then it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls from outside aid to be answered.
You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zod, as folk have been calling it, suddenly appeared while it did on the Isle of Nuanir. Nuanir? We're safe from its influence at this distance, but get too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, ain't ya? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until we're ready. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation, and trading on both, Rats at Hand ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Yet, alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you have best to see our original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not. The path is straightforward. You need only follow the road east. Upon the Hamza, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. We just ride the Hamza? Reluctantly offers its back. Should you become separated from your steed, speak with the Radiant Beast Keeper of the Hatchery to mount it again. Does that... Oh. Where are we going? Oh god. Where are we going? Oh dear. Giant Skull Grounds, Giant Skull Grounds. There's gotta be a map marker for it. I mean, there probably is, right? Kind of forgot that that's what we came here for in the first place. You actually got the intro nailed down perfectly? That was fast. Alright, what do we have around here? This is the hatchery. Giant Skull Grounds. Yeah, we should just be able to stay on the main road. Shouldn't be a problem. No sooner do you arrive to your destination than the Hamza dashes off. Oh, it knows where I'm going then. Hell yeah. Aye, this is indeed the Giant Skull Grounds, and I am Zenua. Is there something you require? Giant Skull for the alchemists, you say? But of course they'll have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here you are, sack of the purest Giant Skull. They always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the Great Work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they just need but ask. Triple Triad, Triple Triad, Triple Triad. Is that a player? Is that... Nope, not a player. They're not RP walking, they are just doing their rounds. What rules you got?
Ascension and Same. I can do Ascension and Same. Let's see. So that's a 7 instead. I know what I'm doing. Ay. Ay. Oh, that's a sweep. You have 1 card. You have 1 card. Come on. Hmm. 7. It's gonna be the safest bet. Do I have? Eh. Oh, yeah. You didn't go for an easy oh, because you couldn't. Come on. It's 1 card, my man. Give it up. Give it up. Come on. Okay, so he's starting, which just... I was gonna say, hopefully he doesn't take my corner. Squall is a good defensive card, generally. Alright, that should be a safe play. Because it's a 7 that side. Hey! Give me your card. Give me your card. It is all I want. Alright. And it's not the best play in the world, but it'll cap. Oh! Yeah, that'll work. Ain't no capping that one. Hey! Hey! The Pisaka card. Let's go. That didn't go to plan. Oh, it went to mine. And now I never have to speak to him again. I am maybe a little bit, like, addicted to Triple Triad, but that's fine. My free company has made merchandise of me with a Triple Triad deck, so really, it's all on brand. What else did you expect? Ah, welcome back, Roxy. Dare I hope you have the Giant Skull? Hempen sack filled to the brim with chunks of the purest Giant Skull. Whoop. Sorry, we're starting to have bitrate issues, people. My bad. Or, well, not my bad, but, like, should patch itself up in but a second. We're normalizing as we speak. Fuck yeah. Ah, my. Such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We should now have everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take ease while you can. Who are you? Who was that? Are you trying to get my attention? Walking faster.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never
Absolutely.
been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
Absolutely.
They had better this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner.
Thavner.
Are united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who
I mean,
cling to
maybe.
life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering.
That's a
An
phrasing.
vile and unforgivable idea.
The idea of an orgy of pain and suffering is just woo.
And spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair. Who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are
I mean, like,
bereft of hope. No words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
because there will be days when the nights aren't black as pitch, when hope is shining, and when words of comfort can be found. That's the reason that ultimately you should keep going. Because, like, it's bad now, but, like, who's to say it literally won't be tomorrow, next week, next month, maybe even next year? You know?
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear.
And that's equally true. At the same time, you bear them nonetheless, because, frankly, you've survived worse, more than likely.
Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
Yeah.
That sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
And it almost always is.
That's why. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Of course you're right there. Of course you're right the fuck there. Fuck you. Why are you here?
What is it? What did you see?
I don't actually know. But I think I know.
Fandaniel, are you sure?
Relatively. Oh, he's probably been known.
The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
See? We good. We Gucci.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in
Okay.
your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Well, like,
Afford
not
such protection,
my
any
soul.
one of us
I
may
need
approach
it.
the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
See, having extra hands makes everything so much
Kind
easier.
words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
I bet.
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much
It did just occur to me that I'm looking at the party and it's like, oh,
the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or not knocks me senseless.
Do any of us have a blunt weapon? I guess a Stinian, maybe. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Yadana, are you certain you wish to do this?
I mean, why wouldn't she be?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
Absolutely.
But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
I like Nadana. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's talking about.
Keep an eye on the place while you're away.
Okay. Oh, is this not a dungeon?
There's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us. All you. Be on your...
Whoop. Oh, just be on your guard.
I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Yeah. Alright. So, like, rough north of here? Okay. I can just follow the road pretty easy. Okay, yeah, that's no problem. God, I am fucking hungry. I was talking about fish earlier because, you know, the game being like, hey, sell fish. And I'm like, okay. And now because of that, my body's like, hey, you know what sounds really good right now? And I'm like, what sounds really good right now? And they're like, you should raid the pantry to see if there's any fish left. See if there's any, like, little sachets of tuna. And I'm like, fuck, I totally should. I got little sachets of, like, pre-seasoned tuna. And unless it's, like... Because, like, there's some of them that are, like, just not my flavors. Like, I like lemon and pepper on my fish, but, like, most of the pre-measured things do too hard on the lemon, not enough pepper. There's like a couple that like just don't hit the way you would want them to. And then there's like rancid shit, like we bought ranch ones and now we can't get rid of the ranch ones. And it's like, I like ranch, but like, you know? I like ranch, but I'm like really picky on it. I'm not even like what you would call a connoisseur. I just like, I'm picky. Cause like sometimes it's just too damn sweet. Sometimes it's too herbaceous, I think is the word I'm looking for. Shit like that. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if she become corrupted, do not stay our hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let us be off. Yeah, like I like the taste of ranch, but like there are certain notes in it that just, it can be bad. It can be fucked up easy.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence.
It's the same when I have currywurst, is like, if the actual like sauce mixture isn't perfect, it's either way too sweet or way too tomatoey. And obviously the bratwurst is fine. It's always going to be good. It's fucking bratwurst.
Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Okay. By all means.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
If anyone who doesn't like bratwurst says something wrong with it. I mean, like, some people just don't like meat. And, like, that's a separate conversation, I think.
A few more steps.
Like, I ain't gonna fucking pound on someone's door for, like, just being vegetarian or vegan. But, like, I've never had a bad bratwurst. In fact, I could fucking go for some bratwurst right now. Why is it that, like, the tail end of every FF14 stream so far has been, man, I'm hungry.
With an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
Hell yeah. And Fandaniel. Oh. Fuck. Oh, that is... Oh, shit. So, like, that was obviously, like, a 2D picture of a chain, but, like, that is the most polished picture of, like, moving chains I've ever seen. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about that. Shit. Shit. Okay. Well, she's not eating anything yet. Oh, she is pissed.
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Fandaniel.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this. Please.
Oh, he can. He's done it before. Shit. Okay. And he's gonna kick it off the latch, ain't he? Oh, fuck. Well, he's not gonna kick it, but he's probably gonna throw it. He's definitely gonna just chuck it.
The similarities are striking.
Is that supposed to be Heidelin? Or is it supposed to be Zodiark?
Such hostility. Never before has my artistry so displeased.
Uh-huh.
My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight. Though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Shit. What are you talking about? Shit. Yup. It's gone.
Allow me to tell you a story.
Right.
Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Assi.
I have yet to hear it. Yeah. Fucking tell me what the hell you're about.
And the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days. Theoretically speaking.
What do you mean theoretically speaking? Wouldn't it be quite literal?
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence.
Oh.
I was born and
That's
lived
what you mean.
as, well, me.
Huh.
Eventually, I was recruited into the Asians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
Shit. I'm just expecting him at the worst moment to just go full unhinged.
Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Asian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded.
Uh-huh.
I have it on good authority. You've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
What about it? You got a problem with me? Poking?
Then I expect you've heard of it. The old.
Doga? Wait. Amon! Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Know that. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. The quote servants of old were the Allegans then.
Day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace.
It disgusted me.
Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
So part of me actually wonders how Asian possession works.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull.
Huh?
His cries for help emerged as so much guttural.
Excuse me?
The memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe. No more than entertainment for bored wastrels, ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence.
The goddamn.
For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards.
I'm sorry that if I'm apologizing if I don't have much to say.
Such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Van Daniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your probes to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
Part of me is happy to see Emmett sulk again, and I don't know why, because I shouldn't be... Happy shouldn't be the word.
The fall of the empire
But, like,
firm the truth.
still.
Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw.
Uh-huh.
Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Huh.
distracted. Why? I almost left without saying farewell.
I don't know if that's to you or to me, but
You needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primates.
well, it's good to know that they aren't dead or dying.
If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades.
Okay, so now we know that for sure. Shit. Shit.
My aspires. Oh, no. But somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
Okay, oh god, this has me. My head is just, I feel like my head is being knocked around. Okay. Okay. Ah, your return, but where is Mistress Nidhana? Manusia Preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Just... Huh. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. I must tread warily lest we endanger Nidhana and the other captives. Okay. So from there, I know it's not the best stopping point, but like, I need just the tiniest bit of time to let that simmer in my brain. An FF14 stream tomorrow, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Because I'm not entirely sure how I would pace it, because I know that this game has a lot of things between content. Let me just find someone who could maybe use the raid. Even if we're a bit small tonight, that's fine, that's fine. We're gonna raid Awasi. So, if you stuck around for all that, thanks a lot, I appreciate it. If you would like to support the channel more directly, there are links below wherever you're watching this. Things like the Stream Elements donation link, the community Discord server, or not donation link, tip link. I have to really nail that one. And the Throne wish list. I've got nothing else at the moment, except for maybe expect more FF14 in the future. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you.